Hi there, it's Amy from Cakes with Faces, and today is all about one of our favourite subjects, Japanese trains. Now, a while ago I made a video about joyful trains, which are trains in Japan that have something special about them. They're really luxurious, or they have a theme or characters. One of them even had a foot bath on board. And today I've got some more interesting trains for you that all have something special about them. Then after that, I've got some train-themed restaurants and hotels, and then at the end, I've got something you might like if you're a fan of the Suica penguin. It's very cute. And there's new Japan videos on my channel every other Thursday if you want to subscribe. Now, most trains in Japan are completely normal, but as you watch this video, consider how many of these special trains there are, especially considering I've already made a video about them, and there were lots more that didn't fit into this one. I just really like how they've turned train travel into an event and created these special experiences for people to enjoy. So first, we're going to start off with a luxurious train, the Twilight Express Mizukaze. It has a classy Art Deco look on the outside, and the theme is superior quality with a touch of nostalgia. The waiting list to go on it is over 6 months long, and it's basically a 5-star hotel but on a train. The most expensive room takes up an entire train carriage. It has a proper full-size bed, a full-size bathtub, and there's even a private balcony so you can go outside. Look at these huge windows in the bedroom so you can watch the view going past. Imagine waking up to that, or watching the stars as you fall asleep. The whole train is very plush. The dining car looks like a fancy restaurant. I really like this observation carriage with the huge windows and these comfy seats facing outwards so you can enjoy the view. It goes on a loop from Kyoto around Western Honshu. The whole journey takes 3 days. You can join it for as many days as you like, depending how rich you are. What a luxury trip. The Twilight Express is named after an overnight train that used to run from Osaka all the way up to Sapporo in Hokkaido. Once the bullet train started running to Hokkaido, that service shut down and now it doesn't run anymore. So now this new luxury train is named after the original Twilight Express in its honour. Now, not all sleeper trains are this luxurious. There used to be a lot more of them, but these days people tend to take the bullet train because it's faster, or overnight buses because they're cheaper. But there are still 1 or 2 left that you can take with your JR pass. To compare to the Twilight Express, here's the seat that's included with the JR pass. It's called a nobby seat. It's basically like a compartment from a capsule hotel with carpet and a small blanket. It's pretty basic and it doesn't look all that comfortable. Next is the Stove Train in Aomori. This one's been running since the 1940s through the snowy landscapes of northern Japan. On this train, there's an iron stove. They stack it with coal and there's an actual fire on the train to keep you warm. It must be really atmospheric and have a really distinctive smell. Now, these special trains often have a signature meal, and on this one they grill squid and cuttlefish on the stove. Now, you know I was saying this train must have a really distinctive smell, or you might come off this one smelling of grilled seafood. But squid is a local food of Aomori Prefecture, and you do often see these special trains serving local dishes and specialities from the area. Now, the Stove Train only runs in winter when it's cold. In the summer, they bring in wind chimes instead and paper streamers which flutter in the breeze as you go along. And in the autumn, it turns into the Suzumushi train. Suzumushi is a type of cricket, and they bring in boxes of crickets so you can enjoy the sound of them chirping as you go along. Next, Nara is known for its deer park and beautiful temples. It's a popular day trip from Osaka and Kyoto. But it also has these unusual trains. It's the Kintetsu Ikoma cable car. There's a train like a dog, one like a cat with big round eyes. There's one with a piano on the front with squirrels, and there's a train like a birthday cake with swirls of icing and strawberries. These ones do kind of look a bit tacky, and if they look like they're designed for kids, it's because the cable car goes up to a theme park at the top of the hill. So this isn't your regular commuting train for salarymen. Also, bonus points to Kintetsu Railways for being the most fun railway company. On their website, they have these printable PDFs with papercraft models of their trains, so you can cut out and fold up your own mini express trains. Next, we've got a planetarium train, and I did already have a planetarium train in my Joyful Trains video. There must just be something about this idea of a train cruising through the stars. It's kind of a romantic idea. This one's new this year. It's called the Izumi Galaxy Railroad. It runs through Chiba Prefecture, which is next to Tokyo. It stops at a station right out in the countryside, so you can enjoy the view of all the stars away from the light pollution of the city. Isn't it always amazing when you're in the middle of nowhere and you look up and you can see so many more stars than usual? Of course, it has a planetarium projector on board, but it's not just a themed train, it's a whole tour. It includes dinner, a presentation, a VR experience, and arts and crafts. You can make a little galaxy-themed jewellery pendant. The whole trip lasts 5.5 hours. I do like the idea of activities and arts and crafts on the train, making it into a whole experience. Next, things are taking a spookier tone with the Yokai Train. Yokai are Japanese monsters or spirits. This one runs on the Keifuku Electric Railway, also known as the Randen Tram, which runs in Kyoto from Arashiyama, which is where the famous bamboo forest and the monkey park are, to Kinkakuji, the Golden Temple. When I went on it, it was just a regular train, but in the summer, at festival time, it turns into the Yokai Train, the Yokai Densha. On the board at the station, they changed the name to Haunted Train. There's a costume competition, so you dress up as a Japanese monster and join in the parade going from the famous bridge in Arashiyama all the way to the station. The train's decorated a bit like Halloween. There's black lights to make everything glow, spooky music and ghost stories. It runs in August during the Obon Festival, which is when spirits are said to return to the land of the living and people tell ghost stories. Ghosts and scary stories are a summer thing in Japan. People think that if you're scared and you get the chills, it helps you cool down during the summer heat. Before I carry on, if you like Japanese trains, you might like these enamel pins that I designed. There's the Hamanote line, the hamster version of the Yamanote line in Tokyo, and Shinkan pin. You can get them from cakeswithfaces.co.uk. There's worldwide shipping. And I've also designed some washi tape with these characters. If you want to know when that's ready, follow Cakes with Faces on Twitter or Instagram, and I'm always posting things about Japan on there too. Right, back to the trains. Next, I've got some train-themed bars and restaurants for you. Now, there are several of these around Japan. There's a curry restaurant where your meal arrives on a little train. There's bars in old subway carriages, but I think the cutest one is this one, Tetsudo Izakaya Little TGV in Akihabara. When you go in, you get a little train ticket. It's decorated with train memorabilia and there's model trains going around. Some of the tables have seats from trains and the staff are dressed like cute railway conductors. And there's themed food. These are blocks of tamagoyaki, that's sweet egg omelette. There's Shinkansen rice balls and cocktails coloured like the bullet train. This one is for the Tohoku Shinkansen. It even has the little pink stripe. It looks just like it. Next, I've got a couple of train-themed hotels for you. The Fraser Residence Nankai, Osaka turned their largest room into a train-themed suite in October 2020. It costs from 39,000 yen per night to stay there. It has seats and a table from a limited express train, displays of memorabilia like plaques and signs. In one bedroom, the whole wall is covered by a photo of the Nankai Rapid Express train which goes to Osaka Airport, which is one of the best looking trains. It's run by Nankai Railways, which is also in the hotel's name, so I'm guessing it's the same company or they're linked somehow. There's a train driving simulator game with a gaming chair and a diorama with a little train set. The Royal Park Hotel Kyoto Umekoji also has a railway themed room, which opened in March 2021. The hotel's only a couple of minutes walk from the Kyoto Railway Museum. There's pictures of the Shinkansen, models of trains, and look at the little plushy Shinkansen on the sofa by the window. You can also play Densha to Go, which is the train driving game you might have seen in arcades in Japan. Now this is supposed to be for kids, but I definitely want this Shinkansen shaped bento breakfast. And look at the cute train mug. I think I actually saw this plate on sale in Kappabashi, which is an area of Tokyo with loads of shops selling all sorts of kitchen stuff. And of course you can also get a Shinkansen shaped ekiben, which is a special bento lunchbox you can only get at bullet train stations. I've got to look out for this one because you get to keep the box. And finally, if you're a fan of the cute penguin on the Suica card, that's the card you use to pay for your trains in Tokyo, there was a Suica penguin theme cafe at the Hotel Metropolitan in Ikebukuro. It looks amazing. These desserts look so good. The penguin design's so simple but so cute. They even had a Suica penguin themed room at one point. I found this blog post from 2016. It had plushies around the room, artwork from the person who designed the penguin, penguins on the window, and a penguin face on the lamp that projects when it's lit up. Sadly, I don't think the room still exists, but they do seem to have quite frequent collaborations with Suica penguins themed menus and snacks. There was this special lunch with Suica cocktails, 1 penguin martini please, Suica penguin cookies, and a penguin themed buffet. So if you're a fan of the Suica penguin, keep an eye on the Hotel Metropolitan Ikebukuro. So I hope you enjoyed this roundup of special trains and interesting train themed restaurants and hotels. We've had luxurious trains, spooky trains, and a train that looks like a cake. Let me know what you thought in the comments. And there were actually loads more that didn't fit in this video, so tell me if you want to see more of this sort of thing. And if you missed it, last week I was on Hyper Japan's live stream talking about my top 5 recommended places to visit in Japan. I'll put the link in the description. And I'll see you not next week, but the week after on Thursday. Bye bye!